Hello, welcome to Rumsick Videos. I have here the Germ with me. Say hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Right, so we are doing the Jupiter Ascending movie review. We just came back from it, so we have a fresh outlook on it. First off, it's about, what do you think, like 2 hours and 15 minutes?
Probably
give or
something
take.
like that. Yeah.
It's over 2
5
hours.
minutes.
It's over 2 hours. Like, right now it's about 11 o'clock at night, and we both have to go to work tomorrow, so I'm really glad we didn't go for the later review. So, anyway, I digress. We're gonna just go right into it. Let's start with pros. Let's start with visuals.
Visuals were outstanding.
Visuals were amazing. The special effects in this was just flawless in every aspect.
Very smooth.
Very smooth. And we saw this in standard. We did not see this in IMAX. IMAX was the 10:30 showing, but
No, but I would assume it was pretty comparable.
oh, it was amazing in standard. It was almost like watching high definition in standard. And it was the just the visuals for everything, the spacing, even just in Chicago where it takes place. It was amazing, especially seeing Jupiter out in space and all the different planets and how the artistic styles came out from the art team of the movie. If you're into cyberpunk and steampunk, you're gonna love this movie. This whole movie,
At least the art style.
the art style, and just the design of these ships and what people are wearing. There's major steampunk and cyberpunk influences, as well as Victorian age, like the gilded styles. And he had a lot of gothic cathedral looks and a lot of the ships and palaces that were really cool, especially in the major spaceships when you got to see outer space with all the nebulas through these giant glass windows.
Yeah, and what was really cool about it was that, without giving any of the story away, in each different act, as it would be called, art style changed. So that was a really cool aspect about the movie as well.
Well, before we go on, I should say spoiler alert, because we will be talking about the actual story along with it. I should have said at the beginning, but we haven't given anything away. You could actually see some of these art styles in the previews and stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, you can.
So, but yeah, as he was saying, that each act, because there were three siblings to the Abraxas family who were trying to fight. They're basically fighting for control of who gets planet Earth. It's almost like an estate war. Planet Earth is apparently the most valuable planet that any of them could ever hope for. One of the crazier brothers who always spoke in such a hushed tone, and it always looked and sounded like he was gonna have like a psychotic cum in his pants. He's just like, every time he looked, he's like. Like when shit was going his way, he always had that "oh my god" look to it, like I'm about to jizz. It was very odd, but he technically would have been he owned Earth basically, and
since he was the oldest.
Yeah, he was the oldest, and Mila Kunis, she was the heir to the whole Abraxas family. She was like the queen, basically.
Essentially, she was the mother reincarnated.
Yeah, and what it was is. Humans are not based on Earth. They're like genetically made on a different planet, and they're descended upon other planets that are ripe for basically creation. And what they do is, once the planet is fully seeded and the population has exploded beyond the capabilities of the planet itself, they harvest the humans, and they use their skin to make the substance which it basically extends the lifetime of these alien rulers. And that's kind of fucked. It's almost like human cattle raising. But it was an interesting storyline, though. It's one of the big pluses about it is the story and concept to this movie was very unique and very well done. Very thought out. It was a very interesting one.
Another pro would be the overall story concept was pretty cool. I enjoyed that overall concept of like a sci-fi kind of a feel.
It was definitely sci-fi.
It was but for being sci-fi, it really
It was grounded.
yeah, it was grounded.
It was over the top,
Felt
but
something
it
you
wasn't.
could take away from it
Mhm.
and feel not overwhelmed
Yeah,
like most sci-fi.
yeah. It's not one of those that it stemmed from a comic book that no one ever fucking heard of, or a book like an H.P. Lovecraft kind of book where
Yeah.
you had to already know H.P. Lovecraft and the way he thought. It wasn't one of those. It was one of those you can jump in for the most part. We'll get to that a little bit later. Another pro was the acting was really, 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 really great. It was like there was no points where I'm like, they could have acted a little bit better. There was really no other points. Mila Kunis did a great job acting as her character. Everyone else did their roles. The only problem I had with the acting was, of course, the British accents that happened to, you know, the accents that everyone had made it hard to remember everyone's names. I still don't know who the hunter's name was. The one that was sent to find her.
It was Kane.
It was Kane?
Yeah.
See, it never like stuck with me because I can never understand these fucking accents. You know, and because he would talk in such a like a dignified, hushed tone, a lot of the talking that was exchanged back and
It also
forth.
didn't help that you were drinking.
Yeah, we were both drinking. I drank a whole bottle of soju that I snuck in. But I didn't get I hardly got buzzed. It wasn't even that. It was just the way they were talking.
I'm just saying it didn't help.
Yeah, probably not. But I digress. The acting was phenomenal. It was really well done. It was no like, ugh.
There was no unbelievable moments in the acting.
Yeah, no, they kept character very well. Very well. Even like I said, everyone there. I don't know all the actors' names at all. So I'm no good with actors. All I know, the only problem that I had with Mila Kunis the whole time, I was thinking of Meg from Family Guy, and all I wanted to keep saying was, "Shut up, Meg." Every time she would question, like, "What's going on?" "Shut up, Meg."
Well, on that note, shall we move to cons?
Yeah, there was a lot more pros and cons, but the cons are kind of big. You start.
So, largest con would be the overall story arc being rushed. Extremely.
There was so much lore that, like, this should have been stretched out.
It was just
over a few
overlooked
movies.
because of time.
Yeah.
And
I almost wanted to have more sequels so we can get into the lore.
I almost wanted it to not be a movie and just rather be a video game because you could have that much more time to gather lore and read or just play through more like of a Mass Effect kind of a feel.
Oh,
than
this could be
a movie could ever do.
Oh my god, this could be actually, if it's executed well, if it keeps the overall theme and story of the movie but stays away from the movie at the same time. It could be the next Mass Effect, another space opera like Mass Effect, because there's so much to it, and there are so many destinations that were in the movie itself. There were a lot of fucking places they went to.
Yeah.
Jupiter alone, the Earth, Jupiter, fucking planets where they made all the humans, and that was overcrowded. The cities were huge. I mean, I'm talking about they made rings around planet that housed all these fucking people, and then they went to so many different places. It was crazy. There would have been so many places, just like in Mass Effect, that it could actually be adapted into a video game, which I could actually see would be great.
I would definitely play it.
It would be great.
It would be a very satisfying game for sure if they executed it as they should.
Well. Yeah, as long as they keep the themes and the overall story, but keep away from the movie. Don't make it a movie video game movie adaptation.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Be like a Spider-Man.
No,
Don't do that.
Don't be like every game out there that's based off of movies. It will suck. The only game that I've ever played that was based off a movie that was great was The Godfather. Okay, that was the only. That was the only movie to video game that I've ever played that was just like, damn, this game rolled. Was The Godfather. But it's there's too much story, too much lore, too much background to be even. This was a 2 hour movie. There was not enough time. It could have been a 4.5 hour movie, and it still would have been enough time.
They could have made it just like the Lord of the Rings, put it into a trilogy, fucking 4 hours each, and still not be enough time to really gather that lore.
No, this is also ripe for like comic book adaptations.
Oh,
also.
for sure.
Dark Horse could pick this up, no problem. it would also explain a lot more too. They could pick it up as like the prequel to this movie and explain so much more.
Yeah.
And if they would, that would be awesome because he could explain all that and be prepared for the movie. But that was the biggest downfall of this movie: just time restraints and too much information. You have absolutely. There was just no concept of what was going on except the present moment. That 2.5 day time span that happened in the movie.
I guess. If we want to call it 2.5 days, because they really never. It was never really explained how much time was spent, so you just assumed it was
about 2 days. Two Earth days, like 2 or 3 Earth days, because the family.
Yeah.
Because Mila Kunis' family, like, knew she was gone, but not to the point where like we need to fucking call the cops. So that's why I figure it was just only a few days. Because after it would have been like
but I mean,
a week
also,
or weeks.
I also like paying attention to lore. Like they could have extended that time via certain things they used, but doubtfully.
Yeah, I mean, like just think like Men in Black. These aliens were able to mind erase you. Just that's it.
Short term.
Yeah, short term memory, which is fine. It's cool. I mean, it sticks to the whole thing why people don't remember why they got probed or something. Which there was a lot of that. There was a lot of like, damn, they're gonna shove something up her ass kind of.
Yeah, it was like, whoa,
whoa,
lots of whoa.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, what are they doing? Just got really rapey in space. Along with the story of how the story was amazing, the concept and everything was great, but I feel like this was another con that they took the safe road and did a lot of cliches. They did a lot of cliches. The beginning where Mila Kunis' dad was killed, so that sparked her interest. Almost seems like out of guilt by never seeing her dad, to be fascinated with space, just like he was.
Yeah, it was a lot of cliche moments, but the cliche moments were to drive that rushed feel of the story.
Yeah.
That's really what it was, and that was kind of disappointing.
And always with movies, this can make or break a movie big time. The love aspect of it. Oh my god. Kane the Hunter, she fell in love.
Bad boy.
What drove me crazy is she even explained that she doesn't trust herself, that she feels like her compass
and she only
to find
goes
love.
for the bad boys.
Yeah, no, but this is what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't trust. She already stated to Kane the Hunter that she's falling in love with. That she doesn't trust her compass with like falling in love because she says she always falls for the guys that are wrong for her. Why the fuck would you rush into loving someone like that? I'm talking about this within days.
In all realities, none of the shit, especially with the love story, would have happened at all. It would have never happened because of reality would set in.
I mean, if this was a trilogy
if it was a day, people are fucking guarded as fuck. Like day one, like come on, it's like hi, nice to meet you, see ya.
You don't know this person. This person is busting while you're gonna get your eggs harvested for money.
Like seriously, it's
like
like
clinic, shooting these fucking grays, and then he's like, "Come with me." You just be like, "Oh my god, he's so hot."
Like if that really happened, like you'd see fucking all these aliens, and then like you have this guy fucking carrying around shooting at you. You're gonna be like, I need to lie down for a moment.
I was like, you know what? And I don't mean that kind of lie down. Get off me. No.
I mean, like, I need to lie down.
It's like, I need to sleep for a couple days and process all this before my brain kills itself.
Exactly.
That is a lot of shit for humans to take in. There's a
like,
lot of shit for humans to take in this adventure. So it's just like, no, don't touch me. I need about a year for my brain to defrag all this shit and try to make heads or tails because this adventure sucked for my brain to handle.
And it only got further in.
Yeah, so it's just like, ugh. So yeah, they took the safe road. This could have been a very, like, the story was like very well done, and he could have made it unique. They could have taken a great concept and made it totally unique, but they took the safe road and went with the cliches.
Yet, I guess I'll say, yet that con of it being too rushed is almost a pro of it not being that trilogy.
Yeah, like you're seeing every fucking movie turning into a trilogy.
Yeah,
or
I'm sort of glad in that aspect that it didn't turn into a trilogy, like, Because every fucking thing's a trilogy. Everything wants to be a fucking number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, number 3, number 4. Like,
I'm like, you know why? Because there's a movie that's overhyped, turns out to be mediocre, and it gets all this money because it was overhyped. And then to cash in on the few people that really enjoyed it, they make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies.
yeah.
I.e. Saw, where it's like the first 4 were good. And then
amazing.
afterwards,
The first four were amazing,
and then the last chapter sucks so hard, and then they're making another one. Yes, they are. They're making another one, just like with fucking Terminator.
This is brand new news to me. I am completely.
Yeah, no, they're making another
appalled.
Saw. They're making another Saw. I won't see it. I honestly, I almost want to see it just so I can do a review of how much it will suck, because the final chapter was terrible. But yeah, it's just like the new Terminator that's gonna be coming out. Fucking Terminator Salvation was garbage. Number 3 was Number 2 was cool, and number 1 was amazing. Yeah, we don't need another one, especially after Salvation. But you know what it is? It's gonna be fan service because everyone wants to see the actual war. But you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it.
I hope, from how this preview looks, they fucking end the story so fucking cold. They need to, but
They needed to.
Will they?
No.
No, they won't.
No, because Arnold Schwarzenegger's back in action. He ain't the governor of our fair state of California no more. Anyway, back to Jupiter Ascending. And Mila Kunis's character is Jupiter. Yeah, because that was her father's
and
favorite
then
planet.
where do they end up at the end? Jupiter.
Ooh. Well, technically, Chicago at the very end.
Oh,
but,
well, I mean, like the climax, not the anti-climax.
Yeah. No, I don't. What was a nice part? There was no scene, so that was good. I think to keep PG-13 rating.
I was very.
I was happy
that was good. That was good because ultimately, are you gonna really fuck in 2.5 days like that in that much overwhelming shit happening?
No, because it should be a hoe. But how they left it with the whole love aspect of that, it was almost more like a friendly love at the end. That kind of saved it at the very end. They weren't all like kissy. Nothing. Actually, they never kissed. They never did.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
When?
Towards the end.
No, they didn't.
There was one moment where they kissed.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Well, I mean, I won't divulge into it on the.
Well, it wasn't full on.
Oh no, it wasn't like make-out session.
No,
but there was
a
few moments where it was small. Like, will we get this chance again? No. Okay, let's make out.
Yeah, but it wasn't like one of those. Wasn't one of those. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes of this scene about them making out.
And like camera spinning and fucking romance happening,
and then music. No, it wasn't any of that. It was just like more like I feel safe with you right now because you're saving my ass. Anyway, but like how they kind of end their love relationship at the end was it kind of saved it a little bit because it was more like let's go do this. We like each other. Like beginning the dating part of it. So you want to talk about the parts, namely the crop circle. This bugged me, but it bugged him the most. It was just like,
so there was an awesome action sequence.
The biggest cheese of the movie.
It was an amazing action sequence. I was like, oh, this is so tight. And then so they're going through like all this field and like
the cornfield,
Well, let's just call it a field. So they're like
it was
running.
Corn.
Well,
it was corn.
I know. I'm just leaving it to the sake of where it led up to. So they're running and fucking things are happening. Things are flying. Fucking people are dying. And then the ship comes in and fucking people grab onto it. It's like crazy shit. And then they fly away. And it created a crop circle. I was like, that is not fucking how crop circles are made every fucking time. Give me a fucking break.
We're not talking about just a circle. No, we're talking about like the three circles with intricate patterns.
Circle. It was. It
was
like
fucking. You have the medium circle. You have like the medium circle connected
to the max.
Yeah. Oh, it was like the kind of crop circle where you have like a medium one connected by a line, and then a big one, and then connected by a line. It's a little one with like intricate designs in the middle. That was like the biggest cheese. Like France and all their cheesy wisdom would be proud.
It was bad.
It was
so
it killed
bad.
the momentum of like such a badass scene. It was,
and there was a lot of suspenseful moments. This guy killed for me just from the beginning because of. I hope everybody understands this reference. Just ding da di da.
Ding da di na na na. If you ever seen Step Brothers, you'll know what I'm talking about. I kept doing that. It's dramatic scenes. So like it's like
ding da di da.
It's like yes, I killed her. Ding da di na na.
Like I couldn't stop hearing it throughout the whole movie. It was bad.
Oh, and then some of the commercials before the previews came up with the Coca-Cola thing. That killed it.
That was such a headache.
Oh, the whole bee scene with Mila Kunis, that was funny. I made him crack up because because supposedly, like they were explaining like the bees are genetically prone to like following in the commands and knowing royalty, and Mila Kunis was royalty. So the bees wouldn't sting her. They were just like floating around. Every time she moved her hands, the bees would move. And I'm just like, I knew it. She is the bee queen. That part was just too funny for me. I had to.
And then also the opening credit sequence, the music for it. I couldn't explain it to you at the time, but I wish I could have, because all I heard was just that MLG fucking horn.
Oh,
but it was the in.
Oh, speaking of bands, speaking of like music, I swear to God, Kane, the main hunter, he had like this brand of like the hold on.
Yeah.
The brand of the symbol for Jupiter. It kind of looks like a 4. He had 2 of those. He had one that like was normal and then one that was mirrored. All I was seeing was the album 2112 from Rush.
Yep.
Shit.
Every time they get up close to it, it'd be like 2112.
2112. I'll put it right here, right there. Pop it right there. Wait. There it is. Oh, I just farted. Anyway,
great.
Yeah, it was bad. I've been holding it through the whole movie. Anyway, yeah, that's all I saw was this 2112 by Rush. I'm like, yeah, someone likes Rush. Hey, even in the most distant planets and galaxies, Rush will reign forever.
What? Rush will reign as that true virgin band.
So
and you could tell that Kane, he was a true virgin.
Kane does his rocks limelight as he cruises in space. Oh, that's another pro I forgot. Was the technology in this movie was amazing. I
felt that went along with special effects.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about just the technology ideas were amazing. I'm talking about where Kane was breaking into the medical center. He put a device on the door, spun around, and it opened up like the whole wall and everything, so he could just walk on through. The fucking warhammers that came out of the ship were fucking cool.
What I liked was like when they try to bring old technology, like try to use old technology, but it was still futuristic. So it was like beyond human comprehension, yet it fucking failed miserably whenever they tried to use it. And it was like fucking piece of shit.
It's basically let's put it in our context. Think of shit that would be invented 60 years from now, and then we have people.
It's like our iPad. It's like fucking slow ass iPad.
It's like going from the iPad back to like a fucking retro computer from the 50s.
Yeah,
it's like one of those like motherfucker. It doesn't work. It was funny. Like one guy, Stinger, was trying to explain the whole royalty thing to Mila Kunis, and he pulled out this fucking iPad looking thing, and he's trying to. It's all serious. The music's all and all goes like fucking piece of shit. It was cool, but the technology and just the inventiveness of the writers and whoever created all these ideas of the different technologies they would have used was very cool. It was very cool. Cool. So that was another pro on it. So it was more pros than cons, but the cons were a bit heavier though. In certain aspects.
It was the cons felt more important.
It's for a casual watcher who just wants to see a good sci-fi movie, is the pros outweigh the cons. But for people who go for the story arc also, and not just for the visuals and just something to do for 2 hours, it's gonna weigh heavy on the cons. It lacked. It fell short. It's like someone jumping from that ledge and falling a couple feet short, just right there.
Shall we overall give this thing a score?
Yeah. Okay. So if you're familiar with our score ratings here at Rumso Videos, and anything we do ratings-wise, it's whole numbers, no halves, no 6.5s, no 6.3s, nothing. It's full numbers
from 1
to 10.
To 10.
So, Germ, give your score. Between us, we'll average it out.
For me, I would personally give it. I guess I would give it a 7.
A 7?
Because it felt consistent, yet it lacked. It lacked for me. So overall, it was a decent movie, but it wasn't. Maybe I'd go with a 6.
You would go with.
I would go with the 6.
It was decent. My score, because it did fall short, it is one of those that if you completely phase out for about 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, you're going to be lost.
Yeah.
You're going to be lost. The time restraint on this movie, I almost wish he would have made like 2. 2 would have been pretty good. 3 would have been okay. I think it would have been drawn out. But I think 2, decently timed movies, 2.5 hours, 2 movies would have been great. I would also have to give it a 6 out of 10 also. Because like I said, if you're just a casual watcher, it scored better with you, but even casual watchers would be a little confused, and also just a lack of information, and you're not going to remember everyone's names. To be very honest, you're not going to remember everyone's names.
I don't.
It's too much. It's too much.
I remember some.
I don't even remember the sibling names at all. All I know is their last name was Abraxas. That's all I knew. That was it. But yeah, so 6 out of 10. It was a decent movie, above average. It was above average. It just fell short. That's the only problem with it. It fell short. But it's definitely worth checking out. Just I wouldn't pay full price for it like we did here at our hometown. Definitely wait for it to be like at a discount theater, or just wait a few months, or wait for it to come out on DVD. It's actually would be worth.
It's very worth that DVD price.
For sure. The buy in Blu-ray. Blu-ray is a must if you're totally into sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely a must to buy in Blu-ray, high definition. It's definitely worth the DVD price, because it is worth watching again. I wouldn't mind watching it again. I might get it for Blu-ray. It's definitely worth buying, but not ticket price. Definitely not ticket price. Wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or a discount theater and just go see it.
I'm gonna put out one more con. I forgot. One more con. For all those Sean Bean fans, if you go to see this movie just for the simple fact to see him die, you'll be sorely disappointed, because that motherfucker doesn't die, and I'm pissed. I am pissed that he lived throughout that whole fucking movie. He needed to fucking die. He needed to go down there and fucking get. That made me upset.
You heard it from the germ, everyone. Someone needs to die.
Just not somebody. Just Sean Bean. Sean Bean needs to fucking die. He dies in everything he's in. Come on.
Keep it consistent, people. Let's go. All right.
I'm disappointed in you, Sean Bean, for taking a role you don't fucking die in.
All right, so this is moving on. If you watch it all the way through, kudos to you, because this is already almost 30 minutes, and yeah, he's all pissy now. Great. Now I gotta deal with that. All right. So again, I am Gamershooms, and this is the Germ, and this is the movie review for Jupiter Ascending. 6 out of 10, above average. Yeah, you saw the review, everyone. Tell us what you think down in the comments. Also, if you like this video, down yonder. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like, leave a comment, even if you just want to say hey.
That's like sort of in
right here.
This area?
This right here, right here.
Like?
And there we go. So yeah. So and leave a comment, even if you just want to say what's up. Fucking I'll respond. And subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers.
Where's the subscribe button? Like maybe right there?
Here?
Somewhere?
It's over there. It's down. It's down.
Here. It's right.
There we go. All right. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers for this year by the end of the year. So help me reach that goal. And anything a little bit plus is awesome. more reviews, more gameplay, more random
It's
shit,
coming.
more random shit to come. If you saw my third vlog, you know it's coming.
It's all coming from this guy right here.
Yeah, I am the brain factor here. Anyway, so this has run on long enough. Thank you for watching, and again, I'm your Lord and Savior, your drunken ruler of wrath, Gamma Shrooms. See you next time, everyone. Goodbye.